you're in my kitchen. Today we're going to make a delicious, absolutely wonderful Fettuccini Alfredo. But we're going to do it a different way than most. We're going to put the absolute beautiful trinity of Italian cheeses, Parmesan, Asiago, and Romano cheese, all fresh grated, all fresh ingredients, which you'll see. And it's going to be the best you've ever had, along with a little tiny splash of wine to deglaze that pan after the garlic is cooked. And you're going to love this, and you have to try it. Hey everybody, here we go. We're going to do some homemade, absolutely delicious Fettuccini Alfredo. So what you're going to need: some Parmesan, some Asiago, some Romano, half a stick of butter, Italian seasonings, sea salt, pepper, fresh pasta, forget the dry stuff, 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, 2 cloves of garlic. We're going to grate this down. I got the water boiling, and we'll be back and get it going. Okay, so butter's hot, starting to bubble a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in about a teaspoon of garlic. I just cut it, minced it up. Now we're just going to keep that moving for about a minute. We just want to let the garlic get fragrant. We really don't want to burn it, overcook it. It becomes bitter. We've covered that before in the past. It's starting to smell already, which is always a good thing. Let that go for just a second. Okay, you can see that going on. Okay, so we're going to push that off to the sides. And we're going to throw in just maybe 1/2 to 1 ounce of dry wine, white wine. Just enough to deglaze a little bit and to put some flavor in that. I've already got the water boiling for the fresh pasta, so we're good there. We're going to let that alcohol burn off that wine for about a minute, and then we're going to add in our 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. We'll bring that to a simmer. When that starts to simmer, we'll be adding the grated cheeses. Okay, that's pretty much ready. Drop in 1.5 cups heavy whipping cream. Get this going. So I'm going to move that around a little bit. Now we're waiting for that to simmer. We can add in our pepper, our salt, and our Italian seasonings. So what we're going to do is we are going to add in a teaspoon of Italian seasonings here. So beautiful. Actually, it's a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm sorry. One of those days. 1/4 teaspoon of cracked pepper. And we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon on a good guess of sea salt. I use the pink Himalayan. I like it. I think it tastes good. And that's about it for that. And now we just wait. Once this starts boiling, or not boiling, but simmering and bubbling a little bit, it's ready for the cheese. This is actually a really quick dish. Probably about 12 minutes altogether. Start your water, get your pasta ready to go. Once you drop that in, you're golden. Makes no sense to pay a huge amount of money to a restaurant for something you can do at home for a fraction of the price. I can see it bubbling a little bit. Not sure the camera can catch it. It's starting to bubble. And that's our cue. So we're going to take freshly grated cheeses, and we're going to start whisking that in a little bit. Keep putting it in a little at a time. You don't want it to clump right out of the gate. Just want to keep it moving. We don't want it to stick under the bottom of the pan either. So sometimes cheese will just react differently under certain circumstances. If it gets too thick, you just add a little bit more heavy whipping cream, or some half and half, whatever you have. It doesn't really matter. I prefer the heavy whipping cream. I think it gives it a much greater taste, much richer, a little bit more robust, if you will. So as you can see now, this thing is starting to come already. How quick that is. So we're just going to let this simmer now for a few minutes. We're going to get our pasta rolling through. And always use fresh pasta if you can. It's 10 times better. That's one thing you'll never regret. Give this another stir. As you can see, you still can see some of the, well, maybe you can't in the camera, but I can see it. There's still a little bit of the grit of the grated fresh cheeses. So this has just got to go a little bit longer. Probably 2 to 3 minutes. So when the pasta's done, we'll be back. Okay, fettuccine is done. What we're going to do is we're just going to dump it right in there, like so. Oh, we're going to grab this piece. We're not going to give up any of this. Not without a fight. And we're just going to mix it in with the Alfredo sauce. Let that absorb a little bit. How about that, huh? Does that not look delicious to you or not? It smells fantastic over here. The appetizer is there. And it's just going to get better and better as we go. Easy, quick. We're talking probably about 20 minutes. Everything's fresh. You don't have any preservatives, none of that poison. Never ever use shredded or pre-done cheese. It's coated with the anti-caking agent and God only knows what else. So spend a few extra pennies, take a few minutes, grate it yourself. Comes out great. So I'm going to plate this up and we are going to see what we got going on here. So I'm going to move this over and I'm coming on over to you right here. And we're going to plate it up, this deliciousness. There we go for one. And of course, Biggie always goes last in this house. That's just how it works. I'm hungry, so I'm going to kind of go a little bit larger on this bowl myself. And I'm going to put this away. We're going to do a little garnish. A little parsley on here. And we're ready to go. Okay, guys, this is done. It is absolutely fantastic looking. Yeah, how about that? Now, I have to do the taste test. Are you ready for the face? Are you ready for the slamming of the hand down on the counter? Hold your breath.